Kia kaha Aotearoa. We've all done the hard yards to keep COVID-19 at bay. Now's the time, if you're 12 and over, to get that extra layer of protection. The COVID-19 vaccine is free. There are lots of places to go where you don't need a booking. Visit KARAWHIUA.nz to find Vax Now locations near you. Be adua, KARAWHIUA.
Bia dua karawhiua tēnā koutou katoa e mātakitaki mai nei I tēnei pāpā o Mataora, I tēnei pō e te whānau te rua tekau mā toru o ngā rā o Noema. Aira, ko te aorangi Dylan tēnei e me I ka atu ki koutou katoa. Yes, I am one of the aunties who are joining this young, sprightly bunch of rangatai, our Taiohi, for the KARAWHIUA Taiohi Hour. And it's awesome to be amongst them all. And so the kaupapa tonight e te iwi, because this has been picked up by our rangatai over the past weeks. You've seen them come in with their manuhiri. They've answered questions. You've seen them all talk together about the vaccination process and why, what was their yes and their why. And now it's actually time to introduce them all to you in a little bit more depth than the way you already know them. So we thought, what better way to do that than to bring them all in. And we're doing this tonight in two groups. So this is Rōpūtahi, very well thought out name for this. Rōpūtahi, group one is joining me right now. And around about 7:30, we're going to say ka kite anō to group one once they've finished their introductions. And we're going to bring in group two. Nā reira e te whānau, ngā mihi ki koutou katoa, ko whai wā ki te whakarongo mai ki enei o ngā Taiohi o Taranaki. This is a Taranaki-wide project, and the kaupapa is to encourage our people out there and our rangatahi to make some informed decisions around their health and to encourage them to come on board with the vaccination. Nā reira e te whānau, here are our ambassadors. I'm going to hand it over to them all to introduce themselves by themselves with their own kupu. Nā reira, ko te tangata tuatahi kei runga I te rārangi, ko wai atu, ko taku I ramatu, ko tū hei moa maruera. Tēnā koe, darling.
Tēnā katoa. E pika taringa mai kia tātou ke mai a koe. Tēnā mai takihi ki matua te tapu, heke iho ki ngā waitukukiri ki Waingogo, ki a pātea nui a turi ki oku iwi, o ngā tirua nui, me ngā wahine rangi, pāranga mō Waikato. Te pātea au ane wā, ai mahi ana ki te nanga tirua nui, mo te wāpoto, tahi ka hoki atu ki te kunenga ki Pūhurua. So, no Taranaki ahau. I grew up here in Pātea. Went to a few schools, but finished at Te Kurukapa Māori o Ngāti Nui. We are very grateful for them, the way they brought me up. Now I'm at AC University, about to start my second year. And it's okay, it's pretty good. Being an ambassador this year has been great. It's been a good opportunity to voice for rangatahi who voice their opinions and what they want to see in the future. So I'm glad one of those who can be a voice for them. And it's definitely be great getting to meet new people, as you'll see after I finish talking, and also after us. But yes, it's been pretty good, and I can't wait for you all to meet the next people. So ngā hoatu te rākau ki te watu manawa.
Tēnā koe tū hei moa, tēnā rā tātou katoa e ngā whānui o Taranaki. Ko ai ahau, ko Taranaki te maunga, ko Wangongoro te awa, ko Aotea te waka, ko ngā ruahine, ko Ngāti Ruanui o ku iwi, ko Araukuku te hapu, ko Ngārongo te marae. Arā, ko te whatu manoa ngātai tangiro tōku ingoa. Chair whānau, my name is Te Whatu Manoa. Firstly, I just want to thank you, Te Aorangi, for having us here. About me, I was born and raised in Waikato, Kirikiriro, And at the age of 10, our whānau moved to Taranaki, where I spent the rest of my duration before going off to university. In Taranaki, I went to New Plymouth Boys High School, and kind of there's where I started to find my interest in some of the passions that I'm working with today. And from there, went on to university down to Otago, graduating with a Bachelor of Health Sciences, specializing in Māori health. So more recently now, I kind of did a 180 switch of myself from the end of 2019 and moved to Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, to become a dancer for the royal family, but also to become a Māori Health Recruitment Officer for Whakapikiake, which is a Māori Health Recruitment Program based at the University of Auckland. So there's a lot within that journey, but what I like to highlight is I have a deep passion about Māori aspiration, as well as improving the health and well-being of our people, our tikanga, mātauranga, and our reo hoki. So being a part of a kaupapa like this is something really awesome to be able to contribute to. And thanks to my awesome mate Moira, who brought me on board. So this is just a big mauri ora out to everyone out there who's listening, and can't wait to see where this journey takes us. Kia ora. So I'll pass the raka over to you, Drew.
Tēnā rā tātou, ko Drew tōku ingoa. I am from Te Arawa. I grew up here most of my life, here in Te Hāwera. I went to kura at Turuturu, and then I moved to Auckland for a little bit there. Then I came back to Taranaki, stayed here right up until I was 10. And then I was able to jump wakas and go by my dad, who lived in Tauranga. So I had a bit of time over in Bay of Plenty until I was about 15. And then I decided to come back home. I fell in love with Peter Thompson, who, if you don't know him, he is the love of my life. And we have now got 2 beautiful tamariki together, and we are living in Te Hāwera. I am currently a kai tautoko for Mate Huka, and I work for Ngā Ruihine Iwi Health Services. And through that, I was given this opportunity to be an ambassador, to be a voice for our rangatahi down here in the south and overall Taranaki, and to be able to awhi and poipoi our people with also their mate huka or anything else that's going on with them. So yeah. How I got this, I'll just be real, I got tapped on the shoulder by Auntie TA and Matua Warren. And then I was also given this opportunity to jump in and be a part of Taranaki Tour. So other than this, I also do Ngā Ruihine ambassador as well. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. I'm really enjoying getting out there, getting to meet other people, also connecting links as well. So yeah, that's my hononga here, is my tamariki. They hononga me here to Taranaki and my darling. So yes, my ultimate goal, I would say, in this role is to, encourage our rangatahi, but also, be a voice. Hang on, I had it on my brain. It's there. It's gone. It'll come back later. Taiohi. I am really enjoying this kaupapa. It's lovely. It's so much fun. Meet cool people and get to do some really cool things. So I'm stoked. I can't wait for you to meet the rest of our ropu, our friends. So yeah, and I'm gonna hoatu te rākau tū hare. Ngā mihi.
Tuana hau ki te papupuehu o tōku whare, o karekiuta, o karekitai, i rongo au tā te ngaru whakaeke o te tai o tāwhaki, i papaki mai rā ki taho o tōku aukui. Mai te tihi o te teiti o parita i māringi mai tōku au o te tāhuna, kei te mihi rā, kei te mihi rā, kei te mihi rā. Ki taho o tōku pāpahuri tēnei no ngā pui, ngā tikuri, i te whake au ki ngā pui, i reira au mō te toinga o tōku oranga, tātu ki te taurua ruamano tekau mawhitu, i neke mai oku whānau ki tēnei wāhi a tāhu o Taranaki. So I'm from Ngā Ruihinerangi, Ngā Tiruanui, and Ngā Pui. I grew up in Te Tai Tokerau. E tāporana Te Whutupōro. I pira hoki a Drew. I got tapped on the shoulder by Auntie Te Aorangi. Ke hara mai ki te tautoko i te kaupapa i te whakirnei. The main reason why I got tapped on the shoulder was, aroha mai. I want to encourage our taiohi anō hoki o tātou nei kaumātua kia whiwhi i tēnei mea te mate uruta ārai. Kia pai o tātou nei oranga mō ngā tau kei te heke mai nei ki rungi i a tātou katoa. Ka tiake rā, kia koutou e te hunga mātakitaki e mātakitaki mai ana. Wirohia i tēnei mea i te uruta. Nā reira, koera oku paupaui mo i naia nei. Ka hoatu te rākou kōrero kia koe e moira.
Talofa lava, thank you, Hare. Olo ingo o Moira Whiaonati. I am Samoan and I was born and bred in Taranaki, Aotearoa. My parents are originally from Samoa. My dad my dad comes from Whaisoa Uta and my mum comes from Mōta'a and Solo Solo. So yeah, I grew up here in Taranaki. One of very few Pasifika families here in Taranaki, which is awesome. I went to Sacred Heart Girls College, and then I went on to Victoria University, where I did a Bachelor of Arts in majoring in media and politics. And then I later went into journalism and didn't really like it, as only being very few brown people in the workforce. So I moved home and now I'm in doing social media and comms. And how I got involved is I am one of two people who helped do the social media for Toyota for the vaccinations, which is awesome. And Hinenui just brought me on to be an ambassador. And I thought it was an awesome kaupapa to support. I have vulnerable people in my bubble and in my community, so I am doing it for them. I got vaccinated for them, for my whānau, and I just want to help encourage other rangatahi who may be a bit nervous or who are wanting to, be more educated about vaccines, and just to be a friend or person to talk to about it. And yeah, that's me.
Kia ora, tēnā koe Moira. Thank you to all of our rangatahi who have taken the time out to meet with us, but you're not getting away with anything yet. E hoa mā, I have a few more questions for you. But right now, I've got a bit of a pānui that I should have sent out in the first instance. We have a giveaway tonight, e te whānau, and it is a great prize too. There is a Monopoly and Tākaro board games to give away, and it's a real easy way to win a couple of board games for the Christmas holidays, e te whānau. All you have to do is start commenting, mihiing to our rangatahi who are sharing their pepeha, their wakatauki, their kiwaha with you all. Just put those comments in there so we know who you are and what you're thinking. And I hold the power, whānau. I hold the power to pick the winner by the end of the night. So don't be shy, whānau. Don't be shy. Get your comments up and your questions. If you have any questions for our taiohi before the next crew come in, please chuck your questions up. And there's a few mihi coming through at the moment, e te whānau. One of our very, very loyal watchers and listeners, B Jacobson, she's in here mihiing to you all. And yes, so I have a couple of questions because I am so interested in some of the things that I've just heard. I'm going to go to you first, Te Whatu Manawa. I heard you say that you have studied and you are working in health at the moment, and you have a very keen interest in Māori aspirations. Can you just expand a little bit more on what that might look like for our whānau who are sitting at home listening?
Kia ora. For me, I think, and I think everyone can relate to this and are familiar with what I'm talking about, just around this idea of what it's like for our whānau to chase their dreams. You know, it is a cliche in its statement alone, but it's not said often enough to our own people. And I'll direct this towards our rangatahi. There's not anything you can't do that you can't access within your own whakapapa, within your own whānau. You know, there's key resources there, mātauranga, and support networks that can kind of lead you to do anything you want. So I don't understand why we hold back on ourselves from achieving what it is that we can do, because I think if we just understood that, then we can do really great things for our people and our mana motuhake. So that's kind of like a way of, or a driver for me behind my aspirations around for Māori. Yeah, kia ora.
Tēnā koe. So we heard a few things in that kōrero there, e te whānau, mana motuhake, our own path, and I think you may have been referring to the tall poppy syndrome that seems to happen in Aotearoa when we're all too humble, sometimes just far too humble, e te whānau. And so I'm going to come over to you now, darling, tu hei moa. Just picking up on your mahi as well. Can you just expand a little bit more on what you're doing at the moment, darling?
At the moment, we're doing new testing, which is saliva testing, not having to swallow up your nose if you've ever had to do it. But we just help if get tested. If they're feeling any symptoms, we just help with that. We also have Ngāti also have a mobile vax stations that go around. So on Wednesdays it's in Hawera, and then we'll travel around to like Pātai, Altham. Recently we're in Palmerston North and Wanganui. So yeah, that's what I'm helping with at the moment, and making sure us as Māori, especially Taranaki, are keeping safe within our own bubble and our own community. That in the future we still can go out and things that we want to do for ourselves, Miki. Yeah. Later.
Kia ora, tēnā koe, darling. Now over to you, Drew. Hinenui actually put a question up there, and we'll just direct it to you for now, even though it's for everybody. What's something you have always wanted to do? Have you, I'll just add a little bit more to that. What's something that you have always wanted to do? Have you managed to do that? And if not, what's holding you back?
Okay, so I've always wanted to do like TV presenting, or like being one of those ladies that read the news, or you know, like today on my news. I've always wanted to do that, and nothing stopped me. Nothing stopped me. There was a time there where my confidence was a bit low, but now I've kind of just bursted out of my shower. Now I'm all for it. So I'm grateful that I've been given this opportunity to be able to put myself out there, and not be so shy and all of those kind of things. So yeah, that's something that I really wanted to do. Yeah, nothing's holding me back now. The world is my oyster. Come. Manifest. That's it.
Manifest. That's it. Manifest and put it out to the universe, ne? Tēnā koe, Drew, mō kupu wakamiha kia tātou katoa. Okay, we're going to go over to you now, nephew Hare. Ria Brosnan, one of our whanaunga who's living over in the Eastern Bay of Plenty. Tēnā koe, Ria. Hare, ko te pātai, ko pātai here e Ria. What does mana motuhake look like to you?
Aroa mai. Mana motuhake. Hei hanga I tō ake huarahi mau. So to make your own pathway for you. Me pēhia te hanga o tērā huarahi, what that pathway looks like. Tōku, ina nei he tangata hanga whare, ki te taho o Matua Hare NF. Ai, tōku tino piri kia noho I roto I te rōpū tūmatauenga, so hei mahi hoia, being in the army, hei mana motuhake, koira oku whakaaro ki era o ngā kupu. Ai, kia ora.
Tēnā koe hare, ngā mihi nui mo tō whakautu. And now we have a question that's come in from Te Rau Māhora Healy. Nā reira, Te Rau Māhora ko tōna pātai kia koe, Moira. This one is for you, Moira. Do you feel the support services for young people are adequate? And if aye or no, what would you like to see or what would be helpful, do you think?
Thanks for the hard pātai there. I'm not really sure. I don't know how to answer this one, but I think there could be more support services for young people, and just in terms of educating them more and more, simpler language, I guess. Like, I still struggle to understand what our Prime Minister says from our press conferences. I don't know, so something more, maybe some more services that cater towards young people and their wants and needs and things they like, and something to help them easier and be able to understand things going on in our country. But what would I like to see? Yeah, just more things relatable to our young people. I don't know, like exactly what we're doing pretty much. I mean, I know we cater to all of our young rangatahi doing TikToks, Reels. We've been putting out some cool content, and, I think they young people would like to see other people who are like them, like us young people, giving them advice or being able to have a chat with them about things that are relatable to them. But yeah, I don't know if I answered the question, but yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Thank you, Moira. E mihi ana ki koe. Awesome. Now I'm going to go back to Hinenui's pātai that she had before. We asked that to Drew, and the question was, what's something you have always wanted to do? And I've added a bit to that, and I've said, have you done it? If not, what's holding you back? So I'm going to throw that one to you, Te Whatu Manua.
It's always something new with me. I'm always setting new goals and things that I'd like to achieve. So everything is probably the easiest answer. Everything. I don't want to be limited by the opportunities that I can take. But in terms of something maybe that I have done is definitely being able to be part of the royal family. I mean, for as long as I remember, I've always dreamed of being in a crew like that. So that's something that I have done, and what it's like, it's pretty cool. So yeah, kia ora.
Ngā mihi nui. Pēhea koe tū heimoa, kua tūtuki koe I o wawata katoa. Kaore anō.
Kaore anō. Kei te pirangi tonu te mahi. But one thing that I say I have done is, I might not say much, but ki te taho ku mātua I o rātou, ki nohonga ki te taha mo te mahi kapahaka. Koe rā mōku kia tū rawa taha, aha kua ngāhau mai, wakataetai mai. Engari, mō ngā tau kei ka pono kia tū ki tētahi matatini.
Kārawe tū heimoa. And just in case some of you didn't catch all of that, it might have been a bit droppy outy and then come back in. Tū heimoa shared with us all that one of her tino wawata was to stand with her parents on the stage for kapahaka, and we're yet to tutuki taua kaupapa ki runga I te atamira o te matatini. And you got a few kapahaka stars in the thread at the moment, tū heimoa, and I'm sure they will be right there behind you to tautoko you to tutuki taua wawata. I nei, Moira, we're going to hand it over to you. What's something you've always wanted to do? Have you managed to do that? And if not, what's holding you back?
I mean, I'm like Fatu. I set a lot of goals for myself, so everything. But one of my main things is I've always wanted to start my own journal. Obviously, coming from journalism, I did an internship with News Hub, TV3 News Hub, and I didn't get the opportunity to write stories about my own people and be able to tell stories about obviously Māori people and Māori as well, just people of colour in general, and be able to, you know, be a voice for them. And so I wanted to start my own journal here in Taranaki, and well, I've kind of started it. I just haven't, I currently work 3 jobs, so I just haven't had time to do it yet. But I've called it Tangata o le Maunga, which in short means people of the mountain. And that's just where I tell stories of individuals who we see but don't necessarily know here in Taranaki, and just be able to give them a platform to tell their story that no one knows about. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do as soon as I can, and hopefully start that next week, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's mine.
Oh, wicked. That's amazing. Ana, ko te tangata whakamutunga o tēnei o ngā pātai ka tuku te rākau ki koe e hare. Have you, let me find the question again. Sorry, the old memory isn't what it used to be. I think the question from Whai Henenui was, what is something you have always wanted to do and what's holding you back if you haven't done it yet?
E te o oku wawata, ko te tū mō tētai kapa, ki te ngāhau matatini rānei. So for me, mine was standing for like older group kapa haka team. I tūtiki I te rawawata I tū au ki roto I te kapa o ngā waihotanga ki te ngāhau o Aotea. I pai nā te mea koera tō rātou tū tuatahi mō tō rātou nei kapa. So that was their first stand that they ever did together. And I feel very honoured to be a part of that rōpū and what they've achieved. Yeah, I don't feel like I have many goals set for myself, but that's something I feel like I can work on and set a lot more goals for myself so I can achieve them and feel like that I'm actually doing something. Ai, koera.
He whainga papai rawa tērā e hare ana he maha o Pūkenga, nā reira kaore e kore, ka tutuki koe I ngā whainga, ka tau mai ki rungi i a koe, nā reira e mihi ana ki koe hoki e te, mō tō kōrero I tēnei pō. So, e te whānau, this is group 1 of our Taiohi, who are the Taranaki Taiohi toa, our ambassadors who are out there essentially frontlining this mahi for us all. And so we thank you. I'm feeling pretty inspired right now listening to all of you. So we thank you for joining us tonight, and everyone who's watching is thoroughly enjoying the kōrero. So I'm going to mihi atu ki koutou, say goodbye, fare thee well, group 1. Rōpū tahi. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we're going to start bringing in Rōpū Rua. Ko mai.
Thank you.
Tēnā koutou katoa. I'm back. I was hardly even gone. So we're going to start bringing in Rōpū Rua now to join you all, and it's going to be the same process. We're just going to pop them up on the screen as they come in, and then they will introduce themselves to you all. And those questions that you have all put up, we're going to ask them again to this crew that are coming in. So come on in, Rōpū Rua. Woo! Tēnā koutou katoa. Yeah. Ka mai tēnā koutou katoa. Koenei ngā mata mōrehu o te Rōpū tua rua. We are getting very technical up in here in regards to our group names. Maybe that could be something we come up with next, whānau. let's put a really cool name to our groups. For now, I can see we had Tatiana who was going to be joining us tonight, but she hasn't been able to make it. So we're going to carry on with who we have. Our process is the same, Taiohi mā. I'm going to hand it over to the first person who's in the list, and then you're going to introduce yourself, and then you're going to hand the rākau over to the person who is after you. Ka pai nā reira ko te tangata tuatahi kei taku rārangi. Oh, kei konei, tai hoa ake, kei te whiriwhiri au, ko wai katoa. Nā. Okay, ka tuku te rākau ki a koe, Jazz. Handing the rākau over to you, Jazz.
Kia ora, tēnā tātou katoa. Ko Ngāti Whātua te iwi, ko te uri o hau te hapu, ko Jazz Nathan. What are we doing about me? Me? Nothing flash, nothing special. I was born and raised in Waitara, and I've been down at the University of Otago for the last ages, a long time, working on a law degree. That's me.
Kia ora, Jazz. Okay, and now we are going to send the rākau over to the next person on our sheet. Aroha mai. I've got to find that again. Kaya koe Enele. And when you're finished, Enele, you can hand the rākau over to Piki Te Ora.
But I was raised here, basically raised here in Taranaki. I've been here since I was 8 years old when I moved here with Dad. So your dad raised us here, basically in Bell Block. And your dad's villages in Samoa, Tailewhanga, Whangaroa, and Manono. I have my passions growing up was rugby league. And I played a lot of footy for Bell Block here. I did most of my schooling here, went to Francis Douglas. Yeah, I'm a dad. I have one daughter who is my world. She's my motivation. She's my everything. And that's basically me.
Kia ora, Enele, ka tuku te rākau ki koe, darling, Piki Te Ora kei a koe te wā.
Kia ora, tātou. Ko Piki Te Ora Valentine Western Jacobson tōku ingoa. He rea hau no ngā reke o Taranaki Maunga, anō ki te rohe o te whakanatara, ki ngā o rangatira, ki te Atiawa, anō ki ngā te tūwhare, ki ngā te kaungunu, koera taha taku māma, ki te Atiawa, he rea hau no te tai tokerau, no ngā te whātua, no Waikato Tainui. Kua tino waimari au ki te hono atu ki tēnei o ngā kaupapa, mo te taiohi te take, hei kanohi mo ngā taiohi, hei reo mo ngā rangata I huri noa I a Taranaki Maunga. He kaupapa hākuakua, he kaupapa whakawhanaungatanga, koera te mea nui ki ahau. Nō reira, ka pū te ruha, ka hao te rangatai. Mauri ora.
Tēnā koe, Piki. Handing the rākau kōrero over to you now, Tals. Oh, aroha atu. Kia koe te rauna.
Tēnā tātou te iwi, ko wai tēnei, ko te raunatanga tōku ingoa, he uri au no te maunga tītoia, ki te taho tōku māma, no ngā rauru kitai, no ngā ti maniapoto, no kaitahua no, ki te taho pāpā, no te pakakoi, no tango oe, no ruanui, no ngā rui inerangi, no Taranaki tūturu, he kawhaipanga ki te aroa, ki ngā mautere o Hāmoa o Tonga hoki, I tipu ake au ki te roe o ngā toa rangatira ki Puriroa, engari kei te haura au e noa nei tēnei wā, ara he kaumahi taiohi au. Pēnā ki ngā kōrero Piki Te Ora, he pai tēnei hei whakawhanaunga ki te ngā uri o taranaki maunga e tūtonu e hāpara tonu ki te motu ki te ao whānui. Tēnā koutou.
Tēnā koe, Te Rauna. Now, going over to you out of Parihaka. Towels, we're handing it to you.
I don't know if anyone can hear me. I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you.
Good everyone, my name is Italia. I'm currently in Parihaka. I have been in Taranaki for most of my life. We're just doing an intro, I was a bit late to the show. I am 23 years old. I'm Tongan Māori, and I have a 2-year-old son with one on the way due in Christmas Eve. I don't know. I missed what we were supposed to do for the intro. Is that okay?
Kia ora rawa atu, he pai rawa tērā. Ngā mihi nui ki koutou, ko whai wā ki te hono mai. Thank you all for coming in. This is our group 2. So we've got a couple of questions for you all that has come in. And one of them is from Henenui. Oh, okay, we'll go with Te Rau Māhora. We're going in for a good one straight away, team. What's the most concerning issues for young people at the moment, according to you and your peers? And what would you like to see in terms of support? Now we're going to go to you first, Jazz.
According to me and my peers, I would have to say it's probably mental health. At the moment, I think all of my circles, no matter what they're doing, whether they're working, living with family, I don't know what else, studying, everyone is kind of confronted in one way or another with mental health issues, whether it's themselves or someone that's close to them or their family. Yeah, and in terms of support, I think, for me, in an ideal world, all of our whānau and communities would just heal and come together and support each other. Outside of that, yeah, I suppose there's some really big reforms, health reforms that are in the works at the moment in Parliament, I'm pretty sure, which will be interesting to see what they produce. Yeah, that's me.
Kia ora. I'm going to send the same question to you, Enele. What's the most concerning issues for young people at the moment, according to you and your peers, and what would you like to see in terms of support?
Yeah, I think Jazz was pretty bang on with it. Is mental health. A lot of young people go through it, and they sort of don't understand it. And a lot of people don't. They feel like they can't. They have no one to reach out to, or they can't talk about their feelings. And I suppose we just need to try and educate them to get that support around them, I guess, to be there for each other, and just to have someone that they can talk to or go to, so that they do have support and stuff like that. So Jazz was pretty on point with that.
On the button. Kia ora rawa atu. And I'm just going to go to you, Taos, if you can you hear me? Because I'd love to get your point of view on this too.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely mental health. What would you like to see in terms of support? I feel like it starts quite, like, if we want to get to the root of the problem, we've got to start young. We've got to start at primary school and teach kindness and being polite, because I feel like as we get older, we forget just simple things like using our manners or smiling back at people that smile at you. Like, it all starts when we're younger. And then if you're taught at a young age to love, be kind, treat others as you want to be treated, then as you get older and everyone else has been taught the same, we should all be a lot friendlier and happier. And I just feel like, definitely starts if we can start it at a young age, then we can stop people feeling so bad and down at an older age, if that makes sense.
Kia ora. Ka tuku te rākau ki koe, te rauna?
Kia ora tata. Yeah, really tautoko the kōrero that have already been said. And along with mental health comes, I reckon, like, you need to find the root of discussion and also disconnection, because I feel like people struggling with mental health, there's disconnection and there's also loss of identity, or someone not feeling like they're worthy, or maybe haven't had the identity profile for them, lack of connection to not only iwi, hapu, but also the simple things like language. Some people haven't even been back to where they're from, like they're born in urban areas and can kind of get mixed up in the urban world rather than going back to roots sometimes, like getting back into Taiohi and being one with nature and being one with the whānau and learning about whakapapa and things like that. So I think that's mental health, definitely, disconnection, lack of identity, or feeling loss of identity, surrounding kōrero like that. And also I reckon social media can play a good part in that, in helping Taiohi feel engaged to somewhat of a degree. So having people there who can reach out, who know you feel safe, who can navigate you in areas and have an ear to listen to. Mina tāku.
Tēnā koe te rauna. Ana pēhea o whakaro piki te ora, he tauira koe tonu mo te wharekura, hea ngā kōrero mai I tō reanga.
Ai, mo taku reanga, ko te pūtea, ara te whaineto, I te mea nei, ka tākorau te hākina, ka haere ki ngā kaupapa nui, whakore he pūtea tā oku hoa, nō reira pia hei āwhina, me tono atu ki ngā iwi kia ko atu he mara. Ērā momo, engari ka tautoko kaha au I ngā kōrero, kua kōrero hia, I te mea he pono e rā kōrero, he tūturu rawa.
Kia ora. And another question that's come in here from Hinenui, pātai for our Taiohi. I believe that kindness starts with ourselves. Value yourself, appreciate others. So tell me, what's a trait of yours? What's a trait of yours that you love the most? And I'm going to send that over to you first, Jazz.
This is a hard question. Well, I think for me personally, a trait that I like about myself is openness, maybe is what I would call it. I like to keep an open mind to things, which means not being super quick to judge something or someone, and it also opens me up to more opportunities, I think, because I'm not so quick to be like, ugh, no, that doesn't sound good, because instead I'll just think about it and be like, but what if it is? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. Open-mindedness, that's a huge, what's the word for it? That's awesome. Enele, kia koe, what are your thoughts on this pātai?
I don't really know what to say. I'm not really used to talking about myself, or what kind of trait. I don't know. I don't really understand the question. Sorry.
So, what's something that you like about yourself? I know it's hard for us to talk about ourselves, but what do you think is something that that you're good at?
I suppose that just being there for others, always trying to help others. I guess. Yeah, always offer support when needed, when friends need my help and stuff like that. I'm always willing to give my time to help others, I suppose. I like that about myself. I always seem to put seem to always be there for others when I can be. So that, I suppose.
Kia ora. That's awesome. That's an awesome trait to have too. Pehea koe Taos, what's a trait that you like about yourself? Can she hear me? Can you hear me, Taos?
I can't hear anything.
Can you see the
Sorry, guys.
Okay, kapai. Well,
wait, I can hear Jazz.
Oh, Jazz, you ask her the question, Jazz.
I can hear Jazz laughing.
Taos, the question is, what is a trait that you like about yourself? What's the trait you love the most?
Being open-minded, probably. Just always open for learning new things, unlearning things. I don't know, accepting everyone as they are, putting my little 10 cents in when I can, and just letting it all in and hopefully teaching others to do the same along the way.
Nice. That's really cool. Ana, ka tuku te rako ki koe te rauna?
Ka tae te pātai, engari tika tau e hine nui, ko te kounga o te whakaro ka timata i a koe. So I think I'm a pretty bubbly person, and like back in my days, people would be like, oh, like the person of the party. Well, not really the person of the party, but I like good vibes, and when there's good vibes around me, then we're like all vibing and it's fun and stuff. And like my auntie has said that I'm quite free-spirited, so I guess that's a virtue within me, is that I'm a free spirit. Sometimes not grounded, sometimes can be a bit like a patu paiarere or a te waiwaka, flittering and fluttering, a bit dainty at times, but I'd take that as a good thing. So yeah, koe ra taku.
Kia ora. Pehea koe piki te ora?
Hi, KARAWHIUA koe te rauna. I've been told by like a few people that I'm really good at manaakitanga, tiaki with my kuia, KARAWHIUA, my kaumātua, and our tamariki too. And that all comes from my whānau. And just being at the pā, just being that social butterfly, because, that's just who I am out there. Ngā me.
Kia ora, piki te ora. So we have some free spirits up in here. We've got some open-minded people on the panel tonight. We've got a patu paiarehe and a patu paiarehe in the making. We're pretty well covered, e te whānau. And what we also have is the controller of who's going to win. Who's going to win our prize? So the prize tonight, e te whānau, for everybody is a Monopoly board game and a tākaro board game as well. Just bear with me. I'm going to try and change my view here, e te whānau. Let's see what this does. Let me know, has this worked? Yes, cool. So that's our prize, and I'm going to draw the winner very, very shortly. But I just want to mihi first and foremost to our Taiohi, who are fronting this kaupapa for us all at the moment, and they are putting themselves out there on our social media platforms. You can find them on any of the Tui Ora posts, the Ngā Ruahine Iwi Health Services posts, and the Ngā Ruahine Te Korowai o Ngā Ruahine pages also. So I just want to mihi to you all for that. And before you all go and you leave us, I just want to ask you one more question, and I'm going to start with you, Te Rauna Tanga. How did you end up in this campaign?
I got the old shoulder tap from good old... No, I didn't. So I actually am a kaimahi taiohi at Tuiora. So in partnership with Tuiora and iwi across Taranaki, they have collaborated to open this forum for rangatai to speak out. So that's how I got engaged, was through my mahi and also through iwi links, through you, Auntie Te Aorangi, and a couple of other people like Hinenui. So through the grapevine and through Mai as well.
Kia ora. And Nelly, how did you come about joining us on this campaign journey?
Yeah, got the old shoulder tap as well from Auntie Hine and Auntie Jess. But yeah, I'm not quite sure why they asked me, to be honest. But maybe they thought I could bring value to this, and yeah, yeah, I'm not sure, but
Kia ora.
but yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Awesome. You totally bring value, totally. And over to you, Jazz. How did you come about to be a part of this campaign?
I got a shoulder tap from my sister Moira. I've been working on different fundraising projects and stuff through the year. I did some fundraising for the Cancer Society earlier this year, and just other little things as well. And I want to say that's maybe why she got in touch with me. Yeah. Who you know?
Nice. Awesome. And then over to you, Piki Te Ora.
No, Auntie Te Ora, kia hau. Nā wai nā wai ura koe ki tēnei kaupapa. Me arora. Ai, hākua kua rapa. So whai Te Aorangi, papa, I was more than happy to join as kaupapa to be part of the rangatai. Yeah.
Kia ora, darling. And finishing off with Tails, if she can hear me. If she can't, can you ask her the question, Jazz?
Can you hear?
She can't hear.
Is it my turn to say?
There you go. There's your... Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. I don't even know, to be honest. I feel like I'm a bit... Everyone's like got their like little part, and then I'm just a bit of a everyone's playing their nice little part in the ropu, and I'm just over here just just a little bit of like someone that was just walking past the whare and was like, oh, what are you up to? And then I got hooked in, so you're stuck with me now. But yeah, just through the grapevine too, I guess. Good old social meets.
Ka pai. Nā reira, kei te mihi ki koutou katoa to all of you who have joined in tonight to listen into our taiohi. And thank you to our taiohi for joining us tonight and introducing themselves to all of you. And we have... Oh my God, my phone just went flat.
We can still hear you.
Hey, Te Pai, you're here. You're still here.
Am I here?
Aye.
Oh no, it's dead now.
Oh no, we're left on our lonesome. All right, well, I guess that leaves it to us. We've got the reins now, holding over. Flicking to you, Jazz. We're wrapping it all up.
Shot, Jazz.
Well, this has been a beautiful evening. It's been lovely getting to know everybody. Thank you, everyone, for all of your questions. Who has our winner? I think we're handing away 2 Monopoly thingies.
Yes, we are handing away 2 lucky winners.
Sing?
So as you saw, Yep, as you saw, whānau, we have 2 board games up for grabs, and we're going to be doing a draw. We are not exactly sure how, but because we're Māori, we're rangatahi, and we are Indigenous, we're going to switch it up, and we're going to go to the back scenes of how we're going to draw. Charles, do you have any kōrero you'd like to gain or add?
Just love everyone. Love you guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Yes, that's all from me, folks. Back over to you, Jazz.
Okay, I heard Inela can sing.
Oh, we'll pick some from the comments apparently, and message them.
Okay, that works.
Oh. Hit it, Uncle. Hit it.
Hit it. Yes. Inela, do you have any parting words for our viewers and our whānau tonight?
Your mic's off.
Oh, is it on now?
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, just thanks for watching. I was nervous as heck, and I didn't know what to say, but I've really enjoyed it. It was a great experience. It was good to be on here with you guys, shot guys.
Yeah. Ka pai. Piki te ora ki a koe, he kōrero anō au, ki tō tātou wānau, ki ngā hunga e mātakitaki ana. Ki te hunga.
Kia ora. Ia, mei ana kia koutou, ia hono mai ki tēnei o ngā hōtaka i te pōnei. Āhua mai ai te timatanga. Engari, e pai noa, I rere pai te wairua. Rawe, ngā mihi.
Rawe, tēnā koutou katoa. Awesome. So we are just flicking through comments and we've got our host back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Look at that. So I already know that we have one winner and that has come through on the backstage behind the scenes, and that is Te Rau Mahora. Nā reira, piki, yay! To Te Rau Mahora, who has won one of the board games. And flicking it back over to you, Auntie Te Aorangi.
Aroha atu e te whānau technical issues there, but I'm back. Nā reira, e mihi ana ki ngā taiohi, those of you who picked up the mantle right then and you went with it anyway. That's right, we're breeding resilience amongst our taiohi these days so they can pick it up whenever someone else drops it. Nā reira, e mihi ana ki koe Te Rau Mahora. It sounds like you've won one of our board games, and yay, that's great. So, ka mihi hoki ki koutou anō ngā taiohi. I think that's where we were at before my phone went flat unexpectedly. So, big mihi to you all for joining us tonight, and to everybody who has chimed in with your questions and your comments and your mihi to our taiohi. We are sending out a big thank you to you all too, and stay tuned, because next week there will be the Taiohi Hour that will be hosted by our taiohi. Nā reira e te whānau, ka kite anō.
Kia kaha Aotearoa. We've all done the hard yards to keep COVID-19 at bay. Now's the time, if you're 12 and over, to get that extra layer of protection. The COVID-19 vaccine is free. There are lots of places to go where you don't need a booking. Visit KARAWHIUA.nz to find Facts Now locations near you. Be a doer.